Dear students, I told you about the research design, how to construct a research design. But before that, I discussed about the different features of the research design. So today I want to brief you what are the different features of research design. We have already attended the physical class, but this particular document I want to prepare for you who have missed that particular class, or if you want to repeat the what I have told in that particular class, you can go through this video. So as you know that we have some objective in research, and there is a called method and the method as well as analysis. So all objectives have to go through methods, and finally you will get the outcomes. I have shown you a flowchart of how the methods and analysis will decide the outcomes. So your research will start from objectives. So objectives are the main component to start with for the research, and one has to very judiciously select the objectives. As you know, as I told you, that your seniors who are still working on different fields of research, PhD, they have maximum 3 or 4 objectives. So you can understand the weight of the objectives. They generally they work for 5 years, 3 to 5 years for these 3 to 4 objectives. So the objectives one by one you have to select very carefully so that there should not be any error or no questions should arise on your objectives, no doubt on the outcomes, expected outcomes of the objectives. So here we have to very carefully tackle the objectives of the research. Now, suppose if you want to take a question, before selecting objectives, how to think of that, what to do or what kind of research you start. You can start from this point. Initially, what happens whenever you are walking through a particular area, or you are observing some kind of natural things, you should have some question in mind. A good researcher must have some questions in his or her mind. So when the questions are there, we try to get an answer. I gave you one example that cockroaches, they appear at night in search of food. Now you might have a question: why cockroaches appear at night in search of questions? Why food? Why they are not coming at daytime? So when this question comes to your mind, you will think of a logical, scientific proof that cockroaches, whether they come at night, this is a truth or this is false, an accident. Yes, it may happen. Say for example, when you were there at that moment at a particular place, you can see cockroaches, and accidentally, if you are there at night, you can see cockroaches. So it may be an accidental kind of a thing that you are there and you are seeing cockroaches, which may not be true. But if you believe that cockroaches appear at night, then you need to prove it scientifically. Now, how to approach? So here the question comes. You have to ask this question: whether cockroaches really appear at night? So when you come to these questions, you can design that. The next step of the question is that you can design a thought. You can design a particular title that cockroaches cockroaches come at night, appear at night. This particular your question in your mind can be translated to a statement which can be universal. So how can you translate your question to a universal statement? This is the second point. So when you turn a question to universal statement, you have to be very carefully pick up the words, because this statement will work as a hypothesis of your research. So when a hypothesis is established, it becomes a kind of a universal truth. So when you think of hypothesis, means a statement, it should be carefully selected so that there should not be any kind of second statement which is coming from your question. Means when you design the statement, the statement should carry the meaning of your question and the outcomes. These linkages should be there. Say for example, cockroaches are nocturnal. Now if I say this question or this statement, yes, if you start doing research and finally you find that cockroaches, they appear at night only, then you can say they are nocturnal. But it may not be true always. Cockroaches, they appear at daytime also. So your nocturnal, that particular statement may not be, you can come to a conclusion with a fact or a truth. If you stick to that cockroaches are nocturnal, at the end of the day, you cannot prove it, because many times, many places, cockroaches appear at daytime. So you have to be very careful. It is a fact or truth that cockroaches appear at night. But whether this appearance of cockroach is sufficient to tell them nocturnal or not. Or you have to redesign your statement that cockroaches appear at night. You may not accept this one, because there is a question. They also appear at daytime. Like different animals, those are nocturnal. They only appear at night. They never appear during daytime. Their physiology also, they support the nocturnal habit. So cockroaches are not like that. So the statement you have to design, revise it. The cockroaches appear at night in search of food. Now this is a statement. So cockroaches, they prefer to go for searching food at night. Means their foraging time. Now you come to scientific word. Their foraging time is generally night time. So when there is dark, cockroach used to come out for foraging. This is a foraging behavior they exhibit during night time. So you can redesign or revise your statement. Cockroaches exhibit foraging behavior at night. Now once you come to this statement, this is called hypothesis. So framing of hypothesis is one of the most important step in research. Once you frame the hypothesis, then onwards you can design the overall planning of the research. So when you take the hypothesis that cockroaches exhibit foraging behavior at night, you can arrive at a conclusion which will support your hypothesis or which may reject your hypothesis.